Yes, yes. Jackson, I want this one, and you're not going to keep me from getting it today. This is my time. Great moments come from great opportunity. And that's what you have here tonight, boys. That's what you've earned.
That's right.
One game. Sure, we play them 10 times. They might win 9, but not tonight. Tonight, we skate with them. We beat them because we can. So what do you got today?
Well, listen, after that, first of all, show me a brick wall, I'll run through it.
Yeah.
Secondly, I'll just let you cook, you know.
Okay.
When the guy's knocking it down like that,
Yeah.
you give him the ball.
I'm excited about myself.
Clear out.
Are you excited about me? Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646. YouTube chat. They're in there. MD 2020 is in there. Your mom's boyfriend's in there. Clayton Davis is in there. Callus Coitus is in there. And Jackson's nemesis, Dan Jansen. And he says, welcome back, Jackson. Break down the weekend. Jackson left St. Louis for Chicago and missed Friday's show with Good Morning Grant. I thought Good Morning Grant did a great job. Had a talk with management and thought he would be in here actually today. So this is a little surprising.
Boy, this is awkward.
Yeah.
I was nervous about a Wally Pipp situation.
He should be.
And then Grant the night before, so Thursday night, sent me the list of questions that he was planning on asking. And I said to myself, rats, this guy's got it. And I don't. Yeah. And so I told him, I was like, scrap all of that. Yeah. I won't do. And I sent him, so I kind of pigeonhole him a little bit. But, that's just how I do it.
Yeah, team guy.
That big team guy, but also always looking out for number one. Where's my camera? Right there. Always looking out for number one. No, I had a great weekend. Chicago is a lovely city. It's no St. Louis. But having said that, there was like 1,000 things going on and people left and right and gorgeous weather and they got something up there. I'll say that.
I bet Piddles rode the whole way home in the back of the family truckster eating Grey Poupon wearing his Wemby jersey. That's from the 5-7.
So what's the deal with this Grey Poupon? So you're imagining me with a glass jar of Grey Poupon Dijon mustard with like a spoon?
That's correct.
Not even like a water cracker to put it on, one of those dry things that you get with charcuterie boards. We got to do better with the crackers on the charcuterie boards, but that's for a different show. That's not what happened. I did ride in the backseat of my family's car to and fro Chicago. But
did you watch a film?
No, I listened to a 4.5-hour podcast about Pulp Fiction.
Wow.
Yeah. 4.5 hours.
How was the podcast?
Comprehensive.
Is that right?
Really enjoyed it. Yeah, really enjoyed it. But Chicago's great. Great weekend. Weather weekend, both here and in Chicago, was ideal for mid-August. I mean, when you're talking 70 degrees with little humidity in August.
How do you do?
Count me in. But the wedding was beautiful. I had a great time. I missed being here on Friday, but I'm sure Good Morning Grant did an outstanding job because he's really good.
Good Morning Grant did do a wonderful job. Had a really good topic that spent the entirety of the show, and I enjoyed the conversation.
Can I guess which one it was? Because he sent me the question list. Was it the thing about the Blues not doing a lot of legacy contracts and the Cardinals loving to do it?
No.
Wow. Okay. Well, I thought that was going to be the one.
You want to put another puck on the net? Or
I don't remember any other questions.
No, this was not on his list, actually. So now he's got, next time you decide to vacation,
right,
in a city that you like better than my hometown, you will be replaced by Good Morning Grant, who will have an evergreen Little Pills Friday 6-shooter.
Evergrant.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, coming back.
It shows that you're back.
Yeah,
you're back strong.
Coming back.
This guy listens to a podcast that was longer than the actual movie. That's from the 618.
Yeah. Oh, considerably longer. Yeah. Well, there's a lot to break down in 1994's Pulp Fiction.
Don't say water cracker with your preppy old ass.
That's what they're called. It's the circular ones.
I've never heard the term.
They're like a little bit bigger than Ritz crackers, but they're paler. And they lack all flavor, but you put jellies and cheeses and cured meats on it. Everyone's thinking it's the greatest thing literally since sliced bread, and I don't get it.
Give me a White Castle and a Blue Train, and I'm happy. I don't know anything about water crackers.
Or charcuterie in general.
I don't even know. I don't even know what you're talking about. Grant didn't butcher the Sports Center update. That's from Marsh's burner.
Yeah, I forgot. I left Thursday with one of my worst Sports Center updates.
Yeah, that left you exposed for Good Morning Grant to come in here and dunk on you.
That is the thing, though, is because I'm a team player, sometimes you need a guy going out and shooting 0 for 7 to go back on the bench, kind of recharge, and then give someone else a chance to shine. And that's what I think I did. So more altruistic than it is incompetence.
Jackson is back, and that means we have the weekend wrap-up. What is today's edition of 6 Questions called, sir?
Today is called Piddles, a Monday for reflection.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, let's reflect.
Let's reflect by actually coming. I brought something to the table, Tim. That
picked up that read.
That was news this morning.
We're not ready.
But I had a lot of reflection before, but I think this is the most germane topic. And I think what the listeners probably want to hear the most, therefore, my job, my responsibility is to ask said question.
Okay, I can't wait to hear what this is because it sounds like there was a thought process behind this being the number one question.
Friend of the show, Ben Hockman, who writes for St. Louis
I like this
Post-Dispatch.
question. I think this is a good choice.
He wrote a very good article about Jordan Walker and how he's heated up a lot in the month of August. Honestly, since July 24th is the number he kept citing. And given the Cardinals' offensive issues, at what point do they call up Jordan Walker, and what's stopping them from doing it right now?
I have to tell you that I am so, number one, surprised by and thrilled to see what has taken place with Jordan Walker over the last 16 games, because it came out of nowhere. His month of July was bad. And in Benjamin Hockman's column in the Post-Dispatch this morning, read it on stltoday.com if you would like, he notes that Baseball Prospectus has observed, analyst Jacob Edelman pointed out that Walker changed his stance on July 24th, notably with a more open front leg, and Walker is drilling home runs the last 2 days, 425 feet, 434 feet. He has gone raking as of late. It has been something to see. Over the last 16 games, he has hit 343 and has 23 hits. 16 games, 23 hits. 5 of those were home runs. 6 were doubles, 1 was a triple. 11 singles, 12 extra base hits. That's what we've seen. John Mozeliak with this quote, specific to Benjamin Hockman, it sounds like, because as he said, Cardinals president of baseball operations, John Mozeliak, told the Post-Dispatch on Sunday the following: "What he is doing is very encouraging. We are excited with what he is doing. With regard to consistency, I would say seeing to what he has done is a good indication of where he is heading." Now, I'm an educated man. But I have no idea what that last sentence means.
Yeah, it probably didn't translate over well. It might have made sense when he said it out of his mouth, but when you transcribe it, a little tough.
With regard to consistency, I would say seeing to what he has done is a good indication of where he is heading.
Maybe he's kind of hedging his whole, smarter than you talk.
I'm trying to pick up a read as to whether or not they're calling him up, because considering Lars Nootbaar has the second worst OPS on the Cardinals in the month of August. Only worse, Brandon Crawford. And I almost feel like that was just something that was kind of understood, but just on the off chance.
Right.
The Cardinals could use a guy who can rake. The reality of the spot is they are way back of the Brewers at this point. 7.5 back. Now, they get to play them 6 times. But these boys are going to be put to the test here. They get 3 at the Matter of Opinion Great American Ballpark. But then, Jackson, some big boys come a-calling.
Yeah.
I'm doing this from memory. My memory's brilliant, but I don't know about this. Dodgers, Brewers, Yankees.
That's on the road. They're playing at Yankee Stadium.
Twins.
Or the P.
Padres. 4 against the Padres.
Yeah.
Every single one of those teams would be in the playoffs right now.
Yep.
And I think they would all be, really in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at,
Now, that means they won't win the pennant. But they're, way up there.
Maybe the Padres.
Padres are mounting a Sunday charge.
They're looking good.
And so you have, depending on your perspective, everybody but the Rockies, Marlins, and I guess Nationals not in the mix, but they're all fighting for one spot because the Diamondbacks and the Padres have separated themselves. Now, of course, things can change, but for the Braves playoff spot, doing this from memory as well, the Mets are a half game back, I believe. Then you've got the Giants and Cardinals, both a game and a half back, and then just a bunch of teams. Cubs, Reds, I guess. I feel like I'm missing another team.
You got, Tim, behind the Braves, the Mets, a half game back. You got the Cardinals, a game and a half back, along with the Giants. You also have the Cubs, 3 games back, the Reds, 4.5 back, and the Pirates, 5 games back.
There you go. So there's one playoff spot for all of those teams.
Right.
And the Cardinals, I would have to think, have the toughest stretch of schedule of those teams. I don't know how it could be much tougher after they get done with the Reds. Point being, if you're not going to do it now, when are you going to do it?
Exactly.
You got to do it because you have issues offensively, in particular from the right side of the plate. He's been raking, and there was a conscientious decision to make an adjustment to his stance, and it's paid off. Just like a guy they've called up, who I feel like even when he makes outs, he's hitting the ball hard, and that's Victor Scott. So I am all for bringing up Jordan Walker, and I really don't know why they wouldn't bring up Jordan Walker.
Right.
There are actually 3 candidates who you could go, that'll do it.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about Crawford, Carpenter, and now I'm not saying get rid of Gorman, but send him down. I mean, they're not in a spot where he is doing a whole lot here.
No, he has been, and especially when you have lefties who can do something. I guess to play devil's advocate, like if they were to
play devil's advocate.
Sure, here I am, little devil piddles. If they were to look at it from a Walker perspective and be like, we want to see another week or so or 10 days and to see if this is as consistent as he can be, getting at bats every single day, maybe I can understand that. But if you're talking about, well, we don't want to move around the major league roster, there's not enough spots for him, baloney. I mean, absolute baloney. You absolutely, with the toughest stretch of the season coming up at the most important time, you need guys in there who can hit the baseball. There's no time to worry about feelings or who's getting playing time or not. If Jordan Walker is hitting effectively, he should be at the major league level.
Do you think they will call him up?
No, I think they'll want to see another week of it. I don't have any reasoning why they would, but I would bet that they want to see another week of it.
I don't know if you noticed it, but the Southside Seaman picked him up off the waiver wire.
Is that right? Yeah, I mean, you're always ahead of the game. This is why that the name Southside Seaman is synonymous with winning.
That is, with tradition, too.
Yeah, that's like the pinstripes.
With tradition. That's exactly right. All right, Jackson, you can give your thoughts. Do you think the Cardinals should call up Jordan Walker? That's question 1A. Question 1B is, do you think they will call him up in the next 72 hours? Yes, no, no, yes, no, no.
Yeah, maybe
yes,
put a backslash in there to make it easy.
Sure, backslashes are welcome as well. 314-399-9646. And then I see John Scores is in there talking about trouble with the curve. Love me some primate Amy Adams.
That movie is terrible.
Now you're going after John Scores.
That movie sucks.
What in the world?
Trouble with the Curve is awful.
Oh, my gosh.
Clint Eastwood needs to shut it down yesterday.
Oh, my gosh. Where did this come from?
Well,
is there a 4.5-hour podcast I can listen to about it?
No, I love Amy Adams. She's very underrated, but Trouble with the Curve is bad.
Wow. John Scores is coming for you.
Stinks.
Wow.
And I love sports movies. Like, sports movies automatically get like a 1.5 bump for me because I just like watching sports movies. That's a bad sports movie, especially bad baseball movie when you have so many great baseball movies. That's how it.
Well, looks like John Scores will be issuing a statement.
But love Amy Adams. I don't want that to get confused. I love Amy Adams.
You've already come after John Scores.
So. I'm more coming after Clint Eastwood. I mean, you're 90 years old. Shut it down.
Jeez.
I mean, come on. You've been a movie star since like the mid-'60s. Enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Trouble with the Curve's like 10 years old.
I know, but he still makes movies.
John Scores says, I didn't say the movie was good.
Okay, that's fine. I was just making an observation. I didn't say you were saying it was good, Mr. Scores. I respect.
So who are you sideways with? Dan Jansen still?
Clint Eastwood today, I guess, but Unforgiven is
Deep
great.
voice dude says Angels in the outfield.
Also terrible.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, that movie sucks.
Cardinal manager Joe Torre's in there.
I don't get that movie.
Tony Danza.
That movie sucks. There's, like, in kids' sports movies, Little Big League and Rookie of the Year blow that out of the water. Like, blow it out of the water. Little Big League especially. That movie's great.
What about Sandlot?
also way, way better than
What about
Angels
Tony
in the
Danza?
outfield. Tony Danza played one of the jurors in 12 Angry Men, the one that James Gandolfini's also in, and he plays like the most stereotypical New York guy just trying to get out of the room. He's like, I got tickets to the bowl game.
Your disdain for the Italian community is something I'd like to see a notes app apology
I
for.
got nothing but love for the Italian community.
Yeah, but you just did that, I thought, offensive, honestly, accent. My wife just texted me and she's pissed. So.
Well, Gandolfini is like the GOAT, so certainly TV.
Hey, the backtrack's cute. It doesn't matter. Notes app apology during the break, please.
All right. Okay. Well, I love Marissa Tomei.
Yeah, again, notes app apology. It's the only thing that'll suffice.
Can I put I love Marissa Tomei in there? Sweet.
Yes.
I love Marissa Tomei.
Your thoughts on Tony Danza and Jackson's disdain for the Italian community, 314-399-9646. You can also comment in the YouTube chat. Why does Jackson dislike John Scores? I don't know. But
I don't dislike John. I dislike trouble with the curve.
These are the things that are being discussed right now. This is Balloon Party, driven by Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota on 101 ESPN and the 101 ESPN YouTube channel.
Rats.
Wow, Jackson.
Rats.
I mean, I got to be honest with you. There was a party in the men's room, which might be the new title of this program.
Party in the men's room.
Munganess presents Party in the Men's Room from 10 to 11 on 101 ESPN. Yeah.
That wouldn't be a bad time.
What were you getting ready to do?
Oh, I would have gone right into the Olympic basketball. I would have gone right into the gold. I
don't think you have to love basketball or the association to have enjoyed two incredible gold medal games this weekend in Paris.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think you're spot on there, Tim.
I let out an audible yell that I bet startled my family when Steph Curry hit like the drop back. Let me just throw it up for my 4-3 in 2 minutes.
Fadeaway three with two guys on him in clutch time.
And what, LeBron and Kevin Durant were wide open on the other side of the floor, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, doesn't matter. When a guy's like that, when a guy is shooting like that, the greatest shooter to ever live is doing that. You let him cook, and boy, howdy did he ever. Night, golden dagger.
Night, golden dagger.
He hit him with the night, Selly, golden dagger, another goal. That's 5 in a row for the men's. What I'll say, I'll be brief here. What I'll say is...
Go ahead, fire away.
I think so.
Let me tell you what you just told the audience subconsciously, and the audience doesn't even know this happened to them. My opinion here, it's not really important. I'm just going to get it out of the way. No. St. Louis is tuned in to hear what you have to say about this.
Thank you.
So you expound, sweet prince.
I believe that there is somewhat of a romanticizing the past a little bit especially when it comes to basketball. And I don't think anyone is wrong to say, oh my God, I love watching the Dream Team in '92. And absolutely, everyone would. You got to see all those players. I think in real time, I would really like people to appreciate what we got to see over the past couple of weeks with this USA basketball team, where you have some of the best players of all time. And I'm not being facetious or, what's the hyperbolic when I say that. These are some of the best players of all time playing. I mean, LeBron's going to be turning 40 in December. Steph Curry's in his mid-30s. KD's in his mid-30s. You got to see these guys do it again because they heard all the chatter, all this, maybe USA basketball's falling off, the world's getting better. U.S. is still number one, baby. And when you have a guy like Steph Curry shooting like that, you just take it all in and say, I'm glad I got to see that. Because it won't be the case in 2028. Most of those guys will not be on the team. You got to see some of the best players of all time still playing at a really high level and doing it for their country. That is awesome and should be appreciated in the moment.
What are your opinions on Jason Tatum and the lack of playing time?
Yeah, I think that I would have appreciated him getting more time. I mean, he's a first-team All-NBA player 3 years in a row. And he just won the championship. He led his team, even though he didn't win Finals MVP, he led his team in points, assists, and rebounds in the playoffs. The guy is an unbelievable star. But what I'll say to it is, one, it's hard to play 12 guys in a 40-minute game. It really is. And I said this on TMA, but Austin Rivers, son of Doc Rivers, who also played in the NBA for a long time, I think he made a great point that you need guys who are used to playing second or third fiddle on their teams, their NBA teams, on this team. If you have 5 guys in there who all shoot the ball more than anybody else on their NBA teams, it's going to be a little funky when you put them in there and they don't really have that. They're playing second fiddle. So I still think he absolutely, like, getting a DNP in a game is a no-no for me. I don't think there's anything nefarious going on with Steve Kerr. I don't think that he's a kind of guy to do something like that to mess with the Celtics. I don't think that's the case. I think it's a little overblown. But I don't think there's an excuse for a DNP for Jason Tatum.
Tiny PP. I refer to him as Don PP. Just really respect what he's done for our communities. Helped my family with our small businesses. Says the following: give me a G-damn break. If they didn't win, they'd be a joke. They were supposed to win.
And that's the funny thing is, Team USA can't actually win with people, because if they lose or even come close to losing, why do they not win every single time? This should be the easiest thing. And when they do win and they celebrate like champions that they are, celebrating a little hard for a tournament you were supposed to win. Listen, they've won 5 straight medals and they wear USA across the chest. If you're anything but happy about this USA basketball team, I have some questions for you.
What are the questions you'd like to ask Don PP? Ask respectfully, though, please.
I would say respectfully, if you're an American and you root for Team USA across the board, how are you anything but excited about this and getting to see this time and time again? 5 straight gold medals in basketball. And on the women's side, all they do is win. All they do is get gold medals and continue to win and win and win and win. It's awesome. And the world is getting a lot better at basketball, like so much better at basketball. The last MVPs in the last 6 years have all been foreign-born players. Obviously, Joel Embiid plays for Team USA, but Giannis, Jokic, and Embiid.
So you don't count him as an American because he went to Kansas?
No, he's an American citizen. He's absolutely has the right to play for Team USA. He's born in Cameroon, Giannis born in Greece, and you have Nikola Jokic born in Serbia. Those are the last MVPs of the last 6 years. You know, Victor Wembanyama is a stud with France. Rudy Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year. The world is getting better, and USA still wins it all.
The women were lucky Gabby Williams' foot was on the line. That's from John Scores.
Hey, listen, man, luck's a part of the game. Luck is we wouldn't say that if that was the first play of the game because it was the last play of the game. It's luck. That's just how the cookie crumbles.
Larry Bird's the best clutch shooter of all time. That's from John Fitzgerald.
That was the least surprising thing I've ever heard today.
What are you trying to say? You hate the Celtics?
Surprising.
I mean, you went after the Italians in the first segment. Now you're going after the Irish in the second segment. I can't have it. I can't have it. Where is Grant? Good morning, Grant. I thought my message to management got. Now you're going after the Italians, my wife, Irish, me. Who's next? Who's next?
I'm being pro-America, and apparently that doesn't play well. Shout out to Wardell. Shout
out to Wardell. Golden
Dagger. Night in Paris. Hey, listen. It's what they do. They keep winning. They keep doing it, and yet people still aren't satisfied.
Jackson, who is the best player in the world? That's from Hunter.
Win healthy. I think Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player.
Wow, there you go.
Win healthy. I don't think he's too tall.
Who do you think most people would say?
I think a lot of people would say Jokic. I don't think you'd be wrong. I think he has very much a case. He's won 3 out of 4 MVPs. There's no doubt about it. I just think when fully healthy, Giannis is unstoppable.
They did win. They were the favorite. I'm happy. They are the best team. I'm just saying, why are you hyping them? That's Don Peepee.
Because we got to see some of the best players of all time play for their country all together, and it's awesome. It was a great mix of the old guard like LeBron, KD, and Steph, and the new young talent like Tatum and Anthony Edwards, and to an extent Tyrese Halliburton, who had even less playing time than Jason Tatum.
I bet you were hopping mad.
But Devin Booker, I mean, a bunch of guys, Bam Adebayo, younger guys, also getting a chance to shine. Like, that's really, really cool. And people like to complain the U.S. isn't great at soccer. They win the World Baseball Classic. In basketball, where other countries are getting just as good, they're still winning it all. I think that's important. Maybe it's not going to be the same in 28. I think it still will be, but I'm happy right now, I'll tell you that much.
All right, here we go. Texts are coming in, 314-399-9646. Any that you want to respond to, any questions that you want to tend to, because the people, they're hyped up.
And they should be. I hope people are fired up. I hope it was really fun to see. I don't know. Maybe I'm off here, but Golden Dagger, night.
The sun comes up every day, and it is the reason for life. I don't celebrate that it comes up. The USA should win the gold easily. I'm happy that the sun came up and that the USA won, but that's it.
Saying that they should win.
Like I just read a poem.
It's just
E. Cummings.
It's discrediting greatness, and that's what I think my biggest issue in 2024 with sports discourse is always you have to discredit greatness. Someone's great, let's find a way to knock them down a peg, because greatness can't be celebrated. Only redemption and second chances can be celebrated. But for that to happen, you have to tear people down, and I'm not about that.
Jackson will not tear you down.
There was not that the U.S. is supposed to win easily. Did I just list to you that all of these former MVPs are foreign-born players? Yes, one of them plays on Team USA. But France is loaded. They have Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year last year on their team. It's not 1992 where, Vlad, not playing against guys who barely play in the NBA, where there's like 6 total NBA players across the world.
Good God, nonsense. No one cares, Piddles. LeBum is a joke. Curry was the best player. That comes from my guy, the Great Babe Auto Detailing.
First of all, he was the MVP, but okay. LeBum. LeBum has brought like 3 gold medals to America, but he's still a bum. Donates millions to his community. Not good enough. Not good enough. Don't get it. For the life of me, I don't get it.
I am primarily of German descent. Jackson has already attacked Italians and Irish today. When is he coming for my people? That's from the 314. I mean, are you going like...
I don't know if you want more Jackson lore, but I think you'd find yourself to be a little confused there, brother.
This is unfortunate because all Jackson was a pro-American celebrating the Olympics. Wonderful, wonderful gala. I enjoyed the Olympics.
Yeah,
I kind of usually go in and go, nah. Then I was like, I would watch it with my wife and my boys.
Yeah.
I know it was on tape delay, but I would get in. I was watching the track and field on
That's
Friday,
my favorite.
Saturday.
Track and field is...
How about the women's 4x400 shipping?
Whew, that was a clinic.
I mean...
Whew.
It reminded me of the Secretariat picture.
Yeah, that's what they were comparing it to.
Oh, was it really?
That's what they were like. They were a secretary.
I had written that one out. I'm like, all right, for my resume reel, 1035, I'm going to drop the Secretariat analogy. But I mean, that was unbelievable. I mean,
He said that the track and field.
it gave me I'm like, United States, what? Oh my God, my Irish.
Yeah.
We're in the mix in the 4x400. How are we even participating?
The Republic.
This is great. And then they blew it right at the end. So I'm like, the U.S. won. This is awesome. What happened to the Irish? And I think they were just like, can't believe we're here, but we're here.
Yeah, that was awesome. I think I used to be on like the 100 meters, like the best race in all of sports. Give me the 400 meter. Give me the one lap because it's a great mix of strategy and just speed. Because, I mean, the 100 meter dash is who's the fastest. But the 400, when are you going to make that push? How are you going to play the staggering? I really, really enjoyed, for the most part, the Olympics through and through.
All right, your thoughts. Welcome, 314-399-9646, Air Comfort Service. Text line, Tim McKernan, Jackson Burkett with you. You can watch and participate in the chat on YouTube. And, of course, listen on the 101 ESPN app. This is Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, presenting sponsor of Balloon Party, the place I go to get my cars, the place I would like you to go to get your cars as well, whether it be new or pre-owned. Work with the best, and the best is Jamie Burkhardt and Peter Munganess at Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota. Go shopping right now for new or pre-owned vehicles at stlouisacura.com or at altontoyota.com. And you will be thrilled with the experience. I can assure you of that. Now, even if you do not get your car from Munganess and you did not get your car from Munganess, you still can get your car serviced at Munganess. Ryan Seiberg and his service department will take great care of you and your vehicle. Go to stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com, and they've set up a number specific for our audience to call or text with any questions they may have, and that number is 314-252-0029. It's Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota.
This is Action Jackson with a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Cardinals were off on a rare Sunday off day yesterday, but they got 3 games against the Cincinnati Reds starting tonight. 5:40 p.m. is your first pitch in Cincinnati. And as we just talked about in the last segment, Team USA wins their 5th straight men's basketball gold medal, defeating home country France on Saturday. That was another Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Welcome back.
Oh, Jackson, Bennett, Burkett, why didn't you have the bed in there? You're such a... you know what I am? I'm a silly goose. I'm a silly...
Tanner can come in a little early.
Silly goose. Hold on. Watch me make up for it. This is what I do,
You play
though.
acoustic sessions?
This is... All right,
was
so just
good.
imagine that that last 8 seconds didn't happen. Everyone proud of me?
It's unbelievable. You going to Chicago tomorrow for a wedding?
I bet you wish I was.
Mm-hmm.
People get married on Tuesdays? Is there weekday weddings? Does that happen?
Probably in Las Vegas after some rails.
Yeah, those are early morning weddings, I assume.
It's Balloon Party 101 ESPN. My name is Tim McKernan. That's Jackson Burkett. He's filling in for Grant Francis today. Jackson, you don't happen to have another question on the Little Piddles weekend wrap-up that's being called what?
Piddles. Mondays are for reflection.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, thanks. Well, you got to stay transparent. All right. Randy Carricker, everybody.
Oh, Randy Carricker's come in to say, you're fired.
What are we talking about?
Jackson didn't have a music bed coming back for the 3rd break, and
we came back
I am raging, and I'm asking for Grant.
I'm over this. Okay, we can't work like this.
Yeah, thank you, Randy.
I want Randy's golf shirt. Look at that. With a
I got to tell you, that's a sharp look. Is that Holderness and Bourne?
I don't know. Cardinals gave it away a couple weeks ago.
Look at that, Jackson.
It's really
the
sharp.
promotions are great.
Yeah.
Did I leave a cup in here by any chance?
Oh, look.
A cup of water? No, I guess not.
Baseball.
I don't know where I took
It's like
it.
for
Okay.
a dog.
Yeah.
Baseball there? I don't see it.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll find
I'm
it.
glad you could come in here, though, under the guise of looking for the cup to accost Jackson for
Yeah.
that ham and egg
Yeah.
operation he's
It was
running.
about time someone came after me.
Yeah, somebody with credibility as opposed to me.
You know, I don't eat ham anymore.
Is that right? What's going on there?
I don't know. It just doesn't fit into my lifestyle.
I'm not a big fan, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think it's too
I
salty.
don't think I order it. Oh, you know, we'll have it on Christmas now that I think about it. Ham and Ferrado's Muscatoli.
Oh, there you go.
sounds
There's
bad.
the play.
How about that?
There's the play.
Yeah, how about
Yeah,
that?
but like country ham, just like big slices of ham, no thank you.
Yeah, same
So
way.
you and Randy are on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys
Thank you for coming in
Have a
here.
wonderful day. Good seeing you guys.
I texted Randy to come in here and yell at you.
Yeah.
I
By the
was
way,
passive
Like
aggressive.
Rivers.
Can I make one quick point? Anybody watching on the Airlines Team Studio Cam will recognize this. Why are you not wearing a navy blue cap?
Oh, I'm very big time pro Navy blue.
I know.
cap.
They'll be wearing them tonight.
Oh, they will. They're wearing them in Cincinnati.
We're happy.
Thank
Oh,
you.
big time.
Have a good day.
Thank
Take
you,
it easy, Randy.
Take it easy. There he is, the great Randy Carricker coming in. He's had enough of Jackson, too. That was good. That was good.
This is like Studio 5A, where people just kind of walk by and, hey, come on in.
What is Studio 5A? Is that the Today Show
Today
set?
Show, I thought. At
Yeah.
30 Rock, I
Yeah.
thought that was what it was. If I'm wrong on that, I used to watch the Today Show every morning with my mother.
Is that right?
Yep, and then I still will go over there and watch Jeopardy with her.
Who wins?
She usually does. She gets me on some of the literary
You get her on the
categories.
films.
She's good at that too. Movie critic for many years.
All right. Well, Jackson, good luck. bouncing back.
Sports is where I get her.
Yeah.
But
Basketball.
yeah, not ice hockey. I have a question though.
Yep.
The Cardinals lose the season series to the Royals for the first time in 7 years. Not only that, but KC seems to be where St. Louis sports fans have offloaded some of their fan data for safekeeping. I'm looking at you, Kansas City Chiefs. You
Hold
often,
on. So what does that mean? Offloaded their...
well, I think people have some undedicated sport loyalty that they might be offloading on some of Kansas City's products.
I see.
Namely the Kansas City Chiefs, as we've discussed before. You often talk about the relationship between STL and KC and how it has shifted over the years. Describe your knowledge of the relationship and how it has changed, and also compare and contrast the trajectory of both towns from a sports perspective.
Well, they have the #1 football team in the world with 2 of the most recognizable athletes in the U.S. on their team, and they enjoy winning Super Bowls. And even before the team was any good, they had what I think is one of the best places to see a football game. Hence, Missouri-Kansas 2007 being what it was. Like, all due respect to the home of the Battlehawks, I don't think that's the same if it's at the Dome.
Wow. That's bold, but
I had to after the Secretariat take was supposed to be my resume reel.
Right.
I'm going for Midwest jobs only.
Yeah, cut.
Yeah, there it is. Oh, let's bring him in for an audition.
So you can work in Omaha.
Absolutely. So you have an observation that in the late 1990s when I was in school at Missouri, Kansas City had this weird thing with St. Louis. It's a staple of it was. If they're talking about St. Louis now over there, I'd find it to be really weird.
In a non-baseball capacity, yeah, I'd be really shocked.
It'd be like when my 6-year-old picks on his 2-year-old brother, and I go, "Okay, what are we doing here?"
Right.
I mean, he's 2. He's not going to win. So why don't you go out there and pick on a 10-year-old if you want the math to be fair?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
But this is no good. And so right now, if Kansas City's picking on St. Louis, you got a Super Bowl champion team. You got Kelsey and Mahomes, Andy Reid, Hall of Fame coach. You know, mercy.
Yeah, if you would. We're kind of still licking our wounds over here.
But it's amazing how in 25 years the script has flipped, because it used to be I used to go and it would drive like the Colonel, who Gabe DeArmond, who's going to be with us every Monday and Friday on he'll be on Mondays on TMA and Friday on Balloon Party for the Missouri football season, and I'd say, well, we really don't talk about Kansas City and St. Louis. He goes, oh, that's what you say when that's how you know it's a rivalry. And I go, no, I would say it tells you that if you're not talking about somebody, it kind of tells you that you're not really thinking about them. So that's the way that it was. So it pains me to see the script flip. At the same time, honestly, I don't think it's like St. Louis is consumed with Kansas City. I suppose with City and Sporting KC, that was a little thing to try to get that going. But there's no NFL war.
Yeah, and I think when you have the Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs, they're going to be they're a national topic of conversation, international topic of conversation.
Like they're opening up the season on a Thursday night against the Ravens, and I can't wait to watch that game.
Absolutely.
I probably will care based on wherever I throw my little bet on it.
Yeah.
Over, under, Chiefs, Ravens. I have no idea.
At. Oh, can you wait to see where the public is at and where the money's going? Woo! We're getting back into that time, baby.
I gotta tell you that didn't do us that well. I'm like a poker player who needs to stick to poker. If I can stick to college football, I'll be profitable.
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh, Thursday night, don't have anything to do. Let me go ahead and throw something on something I know absolutely nothing about. I should track my college football. You know what? I will track my college football. I'm pretty damn good on the college football.
Yeah, right around week 9 last year, I cut off my Thursday night bets because I realized.
Oh, you had 86 yourself. That's not a good sign.
Losing proposition. Well, because you don't know how teams react to the short week. For the most part, some teams are really good with it. Some are not. Some get the bye week going into a short week. Too much. Same with Monday Night Football. I'm out on it.
We're 2 weeks away from Missouri Murray State. 2 weeks in 3 days.
Oh man!
The AP poll comes out in 10 minutes.
So the official preseason AP poll.
That's right.
10 minutes. Okay. Because people have asked me, like, where's Mizzou nationally? I'm like, well, I've seen 10, I've seen 11, but I think this is going to be the one that they'll go off of. It'll be on your TV screen. The little Chiron score bug will have this next to them when they take on the Murray State Racers.
Yep, that is going to be announced at 11 o'clock Central Time.
Sweet.
So BK and Ferrario will have that. We've talked Cardinals. We've talked Jordan Walker. We've talked Olympics. And we've talked Cardinals, Royals, Kansas City, St. Louis. Your thoughts on all the topics are welcome at 314-399-9646. Studio cameras brought to you by Air Alliance team. And the YouTube chat is active as the day is long. John Fitzgerald says Tim Casey is still LOL. Even with Mahomes, they are still just West Independence, Missouri.
I disagree with that.
St. Louis needs an NFL or NBA team if it ever wants to compete with Kansas City in terms of sports.
Yeah, and when you have the NFL, that's the ultimate trump card. That's the biggest. That's the big daddy of them all.
That's right. That's right. Oh, it hurts.
It hurts bad.
I can't help it. I mean, I'd love to cover it up for you, but this is honesty in media, Jackson. You know that.
Yep.
And I can't tell you how much it hurts.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm the same way, man.
All right, we'll take a commercial break. Come back with the final segment. This is Balloon Party 101 ESPN. James Carlton, he was just in on TMA, big Missouri fan. Just booked his tickets to go to College Station for the Missouri-Texas A&M game coming up in early October. Says he might wind up at 8 games this year. He will be the presenting sponsor of Gabe DeArmond at his appearances on TMA and Balloon Party this upcoming Missouri football season. And he is my insurance agent, and I rave about James Carlton and the service he has provided me and my family since we made the switch 5 years ago. I would advise making the switch, in particular if your money has gone up with what you're spending with your insurance agent over the last year. Give James a try, and there is a good chance that he is going to be able to save you money. The number is 314-961-4800, or you can go online at carltoninsurance.net. That's James Carlton in Webster Groves. 314-961-4800. Go online at carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm. Welcome back, Balloon Party 101 ESPN. Jackson, we've got 5 minutes. What are you going to do with them? What you going to do? What you going to do?
What you going to do? What you going to do? What you going to do? Hey, question, quick hitter question.
Yeah.
If you could send your son to any college to give you a backup team to root for, so it can't be Mizzou and it can't be Notre Dame, where would you want him to go so you can get a new football atmosphere to go to when you visit your child at college?
I kind of like that question.
Isn't it kind of fun?
So I'm only thinking through the lens of my own ability to go to 2 games, 3 games a year.
Correct.
For atmosphere.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to base.
Yeah, your child's education on. Because in all honesty, it's a crapshoot anyways. I think I might know where you're going to go with this, but I'm curious.
Where do you think I'm going to go?
I'm thinking you might go Ole Miss. That atmosphere.
No, I don't know. I can't separate some of the.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't know. I can't get myself. Like if you go, hey, if you could go to the way you phrased it, I like the question. I like the way you phrased it, but because you're including my children, I can't help but think of the educational element of it.
Fair.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, you're a good father, and I get that.
No, I'm not. That's not like, look at me, I'm a good father.
No, I know.
That's not. I'm just like, if you're just like, hey, if you could adopt a team other than Missouri solely for the atmosphere, I think I could answer it more honestly, and then I might say Ole Miss.
Okay, that's kind of how I was like taking education and like. Let's make it a hypothetical child. Let's say it's your daughter.
Well, you don't have a child.
That's right. Let's say it's my
so
child.
Yeah. So, okay, but you can't. There you go.
That's a good question, Tim.
Oh my
that I asked
God,
myself.
you don't want to ask the question, and you don't have a child, so you can just answer it.
I know.
Like
Colorado,
like USC,
Colorado. I'd go Boulder,
but I don't know if USC necessarily has a great atmosphere.
Because I don't think it does. That's why I'm going to go Boulder. I think it's a good combination.
I think that's kind of a nice play, actually.
Great atmosphere, and their stadium is gorgeous. So I'll take Boulder, and
DJ Pattykeck says App State,
Appalachian State,
Latchin.
You say Latchin or Lation?
Oh, and I don't know. It's one of those deals. It's like they spell out Saint with St. Louis University, and if you don't,
like
they get mad at you.
I know, but I like the way it looks when it says Saint spelled out.
I'm all for it, but man, I'm telling you.
Did they get?
It's an St. Louis University with spelling out the Saint is equivalent to discounting the Missouri win against Ohio State as not being for Missouri fans.
Did they do the same thing at UHI, or is it different?
Excuse me, nurse?
At St. Louis University High School, do they spell out Saint like they do at the university?
They just teach us how to sign people's paychecks.
Got it. So
and board meetings. That's all we do.
White tuxedos.
Thank you. Tallahassee isn't even the nicest town I've ever been to. I don't know what that means, but that's John.
It's not the nicest I've ever been to, but boy, do they know how to have fun there in Tallahassee.
So you're going Tallahassee?
No, my hypothetical child, they can. No, thank you.
Clayton Davis says Tallahassee.
They do call it Tallahassee.
Is that right?
Yeah, it is really. It's a great time, but I don't know if much book learning goes on there. Doesn't seem like it.
Maybe Gainesville.
Gainesville is gorgeous
because it's a good school.
It's a really good school, and it's Florida, but it's not South Florida. It's got a nice little mix. It gets cool there. At most you're going to wear a little jacket. Swamp's really cool. That's a great answer.
All right. I like your question.
Well, someone said West Virginia. I think it's a sneaker good answer. They have a great time there, and they have moments of great football.
Major Harris in 1988.
I always go back to Geno, Stedman Bailey, Tavon Austin. That's a fun football team.
Yeah.
They might not have been great, but they were a fun team.
All right.
And they burned couches.
Jackson's on board with the Mountaineers. 10:59, time for us to go. I like the question.
Thanks.
All right, BK and Ferrario are coming up next. For Jackson Bennett Burkett, I'm Timothy Michael McKernan. This has been Balloon Party, driven by Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota on 101 ESPN and the 101 ESPN YouTube channel.